We're here because free speech is under attack. We're here because people are being convinced that socialism works. We're here because people are being judged guilty until proven innocent. We are fighting back with facts. This is not a safe zone, so buckle up, Buttercup. This is the raw, naked truth.
The Biden administration does an about-face on the border wall, student loan relief announced, and more. Welcome to the Raw Naked Truth. I'm your host, Eric Lopkin, and here's the news you need to know. DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas is citing an acute and immediate need to waive dozens of federal laws to build a border wall in South Texas, where illegal migration has surged. It's a sharp contrast to dismissals of the use of such barriers in the early days of the administration. Biden stated while campaigning for president that not 1 foot of border wall will be built. The agency posted an announcement on the U.S. Federal Register that outlines construction in Starr County in the Rio Grande Valley sector, where the administration says there is a high illegal entry. The agency says there have been over 245,000 migrant encounters in the sector this fiscal year. Mayorkas says he is using his authority provided by Congress to waive 26 federal laws, including the Clean Air Act, Safe Drinking Water Act, and Endangered Species Act. In violation of the recent Supreme Court decision, President Biden on Wednesday announced another $9 billion in student debt relief. About 125,000 borrowers will benefit from the move, the latest that Biden has taken to expand student loan relief since the Supreme Court blocked his effort to cancel hundreds of billions of dollars in student debt. This kind of relief is life-changing for individuals and their families, but it's good for our economy as a whole as well, Biden said. The latest measure includes $5.2 billion in relief to 53,000 people covered under public service loan forgiveness programs and nearly $2.8 billion for 51,000 borrowers qualifying for income-driven repayment who have made 20 or more years of payment without relief they were entitled to, the White House said. These decisions will be challenged in the courts. Kaiser Permanente workers on Wednesday started the biggest healthcare strike in U.S. history, with 75,000 employees walking out. The striking employees in California, Colorado, Washington, Virginia, Oregon, and Washington, D.C. are members of a coalition of 8 unions representing 40% of the nonprofit health providers' total staff, including nurses, dietary workers, receptionists, optometrists, and pharmacists. The 3-day strike over pay and staffing comes in a period of intense labor activity. Auto workers and Hollywood writers and actors also have walked off the job this year, demanding better pay and benefits. Negotiations between the unions and Kaiser Permanente continued on Wednesday. These continuing labor movements are due at least in part to rising costs due to Bidenomics. Defense and prosecution lawyers on Wednesday made their opening arguments in the trial of Sam Bankman-Fried, the fallen founder of the once high-flying FTX cryptocurrency exchange, which abruptly collapsed last year. A jury of 9 women and 3 men will weigh 7 criminal counts Bankman-Fried faces for allegedly siphoning off billions of dollars to fuel a lavish lifestyle. Bankman-Fried allegedly used the money to make political contributions, buy luxury real estate, and invest through his hedge fund. 4 close advisors have pleaded guilty, and 3 others have agreed to testify against him. Assistant U.S. Attorney Thane Rain said Bankman-Fried's empire was built on lies. Defense lawyer Mark Cohen said Bankman-Fried overlooked problems but wasn't a thief. World Aquatics plans to debut an open category for transgender athletes at the World Cup in Berlin this week have been canceled after no entries were received. Swimming's governing body, which voted last year to ban transgender women from the elite female category, had promised to stage the pioneering pilot program to promote its unwavering commitment to inclusivity, welcoming swimmers of all sex and gender identities. However, its intention to hold an open category with 50-meter and 100-meter races across all strokes alongside its men's and women's competition has been put on hold following the close of registration for the open category competitions at the World Aquatic Swimming World Cup Berlin 2023 meet scheduled for October 6th through 8th. World Aquatics can confirm that no entries have been received for the open category events, it said. This result calls into question the claims from transgender activists, as it shows that the motivation to compete against women has more to do with using an unfair advantage than gender identity. No transgender men have applied to compete in men's sports. That's the Raw Naked Truth. You can catch every episode of The Raw Naked Truth at xvadio.com/podcasts, the Apple Podcasts app, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Audible, Amazon Music, and other platforms that respect freedom of speech. We'll see you next time.